99 Days Contract Marriage with a Casanova Billionaire, written and produced by Billionaire Crib, narrated by Helen Voss. Prologue. I shouldn't remember the blood on my hands, but I do. I shouldn't remember the man dying at my feet, but I do. What I don't remember is marrying Damon Blackwood, the Casanova billionaire every woman fears, desires, and mysteriously disappears from after exactly 99 days. Yet here I am, his wife, bound to him by a contract I supposedly signed, and a sister he claims he'll protect if I stay. Every night in his penthouse feels like a trap wrapped in silk. Damon watches me like he's memorizing my every breath, every tremble, every lie I don't realize I'm telling. He says he's keeping me safe. But then why does his brother, Rafael, look at me like I once belonged to him? Why does a strange psychologist whisper that my memories aren't mine? Why do I see Damon in fragments? A boy covered in blood. A promise I don't remember making. A sin I'm terrified I once committed. And why, deep inside me, does it feel like Damon and I have danced in this darkness before? The deeper I fall into this twisted marriage, the more the truth unravels. About Damon. About Rafael. About the 99 days none of his lovers survive. About the night I lost my memories. About who I really am. And why Damon Blackwood would burn the world to keep me. This isn't love. This is obsession. This is a countdown to something catastrophic. And when the truth finally comes for me, I don't know if I'll be the victim, the weapon, or the reason Damon becomes a monster no one can stop. But one thing is certain. By the end of these 99 days, only one of us will survive the truth. Chapter 1. I wake to the metallic smell of blood. Not the faint, distant kind. No, this is fresh, heavy, unmistakable. It clings to the back of my throat like something feral. My eyes snap open, and for one horrifying second, I have no idea where I am. The ceiling above me is made of black glass, reflecting a distorted version of myself. Wild hair, smeared makeup, a streak of crimson drying down the side of my neck. I sit up too fast, the room tilting. Silk sheets slide off me like water, revealing a white slip soaked through with. My breath stutters. Blood. Not mine. The panic hits first, then confusion, then the iced-over dread that my mind is missing something important. Something big. I scramble off the bed and nearly fall, my legs trembling as I grip the edge of a marble dresser. My hand slams down onto something metallic, solid. A ring. A gold ring, a wedding band. On my finger. What? My voice cracks like a child's. That was fast, a deep voice says behind me. I spin so fast my vision blurs. He stands in the doorway, shirtless, barefoot, and too calm for the chaos in my chest. Damon Blackwood. Billionaire. Genius. A man surrounded by rumors dark enough to make even other billionaires flinch. And somehow more dangerous looking in the soft dawn light. His lip is split. A smear of bruising shadows his jaw. He looks like he fought a war and won only because he refused to lose. He leans against the doorframe like he owns the world, and me. Good morning, Mrs. Blackwood. My heartbeat stops. No, I shake my head. No, that's what kind of sick joke? It's not a joke. His voice is steady, thick velvet wrapped around steel. We were married last night. Married. My stomach twists. My chest tightens so painfully I think I might pass out. I don't remember anything, I whisper. His eyes flicker, something sharp, something knowing, but his expression never breaks. I'm aware, he says. Before I can demand answers, a heavy thud echoes behind him down the hallway. Damon pushes off the doorframe, every inch of him snapping into alertness. Stay here, he orders. No, but he's already gone. I stumble after him before my fear can paralyze me. My bare feet slap against the polished floor, and I follow the sound of raised voices, chaotic footsteps. Then I see it, A man, bloodied, gasping, stumbling into the living room as if he clawed his way from hell. Damon's guards swarm him, but the man collapses before they touch him, falling to his knees. His eyes lift, straight to me. "Aurora," he wheezes. You promised you'd save me." My name on his lips freezes me where I stand. "Who are you?" I whisper. He reaches for me, but Damon is faster. He grabs me by the waist, pulling me behind him with a strength that feels less protective and more possessive. The dying man coughs violently, blood spraying across the marble floor. "You don't remember," he chokes out, staring at me like my face is the last thing anchoring him to this world. "He made you forget." Damon's voice drops to something lethal. "Enough." But the man keeps talking, each word torn from him like shrapnel. "He'll ruin you. Like he ruined the others." A gunshot cracks through the room. The man's body jerks. And then he's still. My scream never leaves my throat. Chokes there, hollow and useless. Damon lowers the gun with terrifying calmness. His fingers steady, his breathing controlled. The guards drag the dead man away like he's trash. I can't move. Why did you shoot him?" My voice trembles so hard I barely recognize it. "Because he would have killed you," Damon says, turning toward me. His eyes hold no apology, only certainty. "He was here for you. But I don't know him. You don't know a lot of things right now." He steps closer. I back away until the cold edge of the glass wall presses against my spine. What is happening? My throat burns. Why am I here? Why am I married to you? And why don't I remember any of it? He studies me with an intensity that feels like being stripped bare. "You asked me to marry you," he says quietly. "You signed a contract. 99 days. I would never." "Yes," he cuts in, voice dangerously soft. "You would. And you did." My pulse stutters painfully. My head feels like it's splitting open. Damon reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folded document. He places it on the glass table near me, not too close, not too far. A trap disguised as a gesture. I force myself to look. My handwriting. My signature. My fingerprints. A sentence highlighted in red. "Failure to complete the 99-day marriage will result in the termination of Lila Vale." Lila. My sister. My knees give out. I hit the floor hard, the pain barely registering. Damon kneels in front of me, not touching me, but close enough that I feel the heat of him. "I told you last night," he says quietly, "and I'll tell you again now, your sister is still alive. But if you break the contract, she dies." My vision blurs with tears. "Why would I come to you for help?" I whisper. "You're known for destroying people." He tilts his head slightly, as if deciding how much truth to give me. "You came to me," he repeats. "Not the other way around." I shake my head slowly. "I don't remember any of it." He leans in, his breath ghosting my ear. "That's because someone doesn't want you to." My skin prickles. Someone. Not him. Or him. I can't tell. I can't trust anything. Not even myself. He stands, offering me his hand. Not kindness. Not comfort. A warning disguised as gentleness. "Come, Aurora. Day 1 starts now. You think I'm staying here? With you?" His expression doesn't shift. He doesn't blink. "You don't have a choice," he says. "Your sister's life depends on it." Then he lifts my chin with 2 fingers, forcing my eyes to meet his. "Whether you remember the wedding or not," he murmurs, "you're my wife now." My breath catches. And I protect what's mine. A shiver runs through me. Not fear. Not attraction. Something darker. Something dangerously close to both. Behind him, the sun rises over the city. And the countdown begins. Chapter 2. The body is gone by the time the sun fully rises. The blood is scrubbed from the marble. The guards disappear into hidden hallways. And Damon slips into a pressed shirt as if murder is just another item on his morning to-do list. I sit at the edge of the massive bed, staring at the contract again. My signature. My handwriting. My sister's name highlighted like a threat carved into flesh. Contract I cannot remember signing. A marriage I cannot remember agreeing to. And a husband I do not trust. Damon buttons the last of his shirt, every movement precise, controlled. Eat something, he says, nodding toward the tray a maid placed on the table earlier. You fainted twice last night. I won't have you collapsing again. I fainted because someone drugged me, I snap. And because a man bled out in front of me. Semantics, he murmurs. My hands clench. Where is Lila? His jaw ticks. Only once, but I catch it. The only crack in his icy composure. Safe, he says. That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting right now. What kind of monster hides a girl from her sister? The kind you begged for help. His voice turns deadly quiet. Or have you forgotten that too? My heart stumbles. I don't know if he's lying or telling the truth. And that terrifies me more than anything. He walks toward me, his steps slow, deliberate. My instincts scream to move away, but I force myself to stay still. I'm done giving him the satisfaction of seeing me flinch. You're here because you need me, he says, stopping close enough that his cologne wraps around me like a dark cloud. And because someone wants you dead. Someone bold enough to send a dying man to my penthouse. Someone who knew my name, I whisper. Yes. He lifts my chin with 2 fingers again. And he didn't come here for me. He came for you. A chill slides down my spine. Why? We'll find out. Together. I don't trust you. I don't need your trust. I need your obedience. My breath hitches. He doesn't soften, he never does. But his eyes, dark as a storm, flicker with something unreadable. You want rules, he says. You'll have them. Rules. As if this place wasn't suffocating enough. Damon steps back and begins reciting them like vows. Cold, absolute, unbreakable. No locked doors in this penthouse or the mansion. Ever. Blink. What? Why? You're not locking yourself anywhere. Not from me. Not from whoever tried to kill you. His tone leaves no room for argument. And rule 2, he continues. You don't leave without me. I'm not a prisoner. You're not safe. And I do not lose what's mine. His voice sharpens. Rule 3, no secrets. If anything comes back to you, any memory, any face, any name, you tell me immediately. I don't owe you. You owe me everything, he cuts in, voice low. Your sister's life hangs on your compliance. Do not test me, Aurora. The room feels smaller. My breath comes faster. I'm trapped in a gilded cage with a man who speaks like God's wrath made flesh. He studies me for a long moment, then turns and leaves the room. The door stays open on purpose. A guard stands outside, hands clasped behind his back. I sit there for a long time, staring at the open doorway. Freedom has boundaries now, and all of them have Damon's fingerprints on them. Eventually I stand, bare feet silent against the cold floor. I wander through the penthouse, every corner too pristine, too quiet, too perfect. Feels like a place where secrets breathe through the walls. The elevator down to the main floors requires Damon's fingerprint. The stairwells are guarded. Every window is bulletproof. This isn't a home. It's a fortress. And I'm the only one here without defenses. Hours drag by. Damon disappears into meetings, or more likely, interrogations about the night's intruder. I'm left alone with my spiraling thoughts, until exhaustion eventually drags me back into the bedroom. I don't mean to fall asleep. I lie down only for a moment, telling myself I'll stay awake, that I'll keep watch. but my eyes close. Darkness swallows me. And then, sound. Subtle. Not Damon's stride. Not a guard. Breathing. Too close. Too careful. My eyes snap open. The room is dim, lit only by a faint glow from the hallway. My heart pounds so hard I feel it in my teeth. Someone is in here. I don't move. I don't even blink. Wait. A shadow shifts near the window. Low. Controlled. Watching me. My throat tightens around a scream that refuses to come out. I slide my hand under the pillow, searching for anything I could use as a weapon. But there's nothing. The shadow takes a small step back, as if trying not to make a sound. That's when a horrifying thought hits me. If the intruder wanted to kill me, I'd already be dead. He's not here to harm me. He's here to watch. A cold wave of dread floods me. Who's there? I whisper, barely audible. The shadow stills. My pulse thrashes. One step. Then another. Toward me. My breath stutters. The hallway light floods brighter. Footsteps echoing. Damon. The shadow freezes. Then slips silently into the corner of the room, disappearing into a darker fold of the walls before Damon walks in. He looks at me sharply. Why are you awake? I sit up, trembling. Someone was here. In the room. Damon's eyes narrow instantly. Ice replaces oxygen. Where? There. I point at the corner. He was watching me. Damon crosses the room in seconds, flicks the light on, checks the walls, the closet, everything. His movements are sharp, methodical. No one. No sign. But I know what I saw. What I felt. Damon looks at me. Really looks, and his jaw flexes, anger simmering under the surface. From now on, he says quietly. You sleep in my room. My breath catches. No. This wasn't a request. I don't trust you. You don't have to, he says. But you'll obey. He turns off the light and stands silhouetted in the doorway, watching me with an expression I can't decipher. Softly, too softly, he adds. The intruder didn't come from outside. My heart stops. What are you saying? I'm saying someone inside this home is obsessed with you. My blood turns to fire. And before I can gather a single coherent thought in response, Damon says the one thing that chills me to the bone. You're not safe, Aurora. Not even from the people who live under this roof. He leaves the doorway open again, but this time I'm grateful. Because the darkness feels like it's breathing. And someone in this mansion is waiting for me to close my eyes again. Chapter 3. Rafael Blackwood watches me the same way a predator studies a wounded animal. Quietly, patiently, already certain of the outcome. He's the opposite of Damon's explosive, possessive darkness. Rafael is the kind of danger that doesn't need to announce itself. It just waits, and lets you destroy yourself. I feel his gaze on my back as I pour water into a glass in the sleek kitchen Damon claimed is mine now. As if any part of this cold mansion belongs to me. As if I belong to anyone but myself. When I turn, Rafael is leaning against the doorway, arms crossed, eyes cutting straight through me. Those eyes. Almost black but not quite. They hold something I can't place. Recognition, maybe. Or memory. Or war. You shouldn't be here, he says calmly, as though he's reminding me not to leave the stove on. Your brother dragged me here, I reply, matching his coolness even though my heartbeat is punching through my ribs. If you have a problem, take it up with him. A slow, humorless smile touches his lips. Oh, Angel, Damon doesn't have problems. Damon creates them. He pushes off the frame and steps toward me with that limber elegance all Blackwoods seem born with. I want to step back, but I force myself still. Rafael likes watching reactions. Anyone can see that. He drinks them like wine. Relax, he murmurs. If I wanted to hurt you, you wouldn't see me coming. Comforting. Wasn't meant to be. His gaze drags down my face, pausing on my mouth, and something unreadable flickers inside his eyes. You're in over your head. I laugh lightly, even though it sounds brittle to my own ears. I figured that out when Damon locked the door behind me. Rafael shakes his head, stepping close enough that I can smell his cologne. Something dark, warm, cedar and smoke. No. You're wrong. His voice dips, quiet and lethal. Damon isn't saving you. He's keeping you. My stomach tightens. Keeping me. Why would he? Because, Rafael interrupts softly. He's obsessed with what he thinks belongs to him. I stiffen. I don't belong to him. And yet you're here. He tilts his head, studying my reaction. Caged birds always think they're free the first day. What's your point? My point, he murmurs, eyes narrowing, is that you should be afraid. Damon is not your hero. Whatever story he fed you, whatever twisted explanation he gave for dragging you into this world, don't believe it. I swallow hard, clinging to the counter for stability. Why are you telling me this? Aren't you loyal to him? More than loyal, Rafael says. Bound by blood. But blood ties don't mean blindness. His expression sharpens. You think Damon took you because he wants to protect you. Because there's something special about you. I want to deny it, but I can't. Damon's intensity, his possessive rage, his terrifying tenderness. They confuse me, but part of me wants to believe it's for a reason. Rafael steps close enough that I feel his breath against my cheek. He didn't bring you here because of who you are. He brought you here because of what you were. What I was. My voice cracks. Rafael smiles like he's waiting for a bomb to go off. We've met before. Everything inside me freezes. No, I whisper. I would remember you. Would you? He murmurs, lowering his head as if he's listening to my heartbeat. Trauma does strange things to memory. Cold shiver runs down my spine. You're lying, I say, but it comes out weak, uncertain. Rafael lifts his hand, and even that small movement feels dangerous. But instead of touching me, he slips something from his pocket and places it on the counter between us. Photograph. Very old one. My breath catches as I stare at it. 2 teenagers. A girl who looks like me. Same eyes, same hair, maybe 13 or 14. And a boy slightly older. Dark hair. Dark jaw. Familiar, in a way that makes my throat close. Rafael. My hand trembles as I pick it up. The edges are worn like it's been touched many times. The girl's smile is soft, innocent. The boy's expression is intense, protective, possessive. The way Rafael is looking at me now. This isn't real, I breathe. It's real. His eyes pin me in place. We were friends once. More than friends. No, I whisper. I would remember something like that. You don't because Damon erased it. My entire body goes cold. Rafael watches the shock slam into me, but he doesn't look satisfied. He looks angry. Deeply, quietly angry. You think Damon's obsession began the night he met you? Rafael says. No. It began long before. You were his weakness as a kid, and weaknesses are dangerous in our world. Someone used you to hurt him once. He decided never again. Feel dizzy. The floor tilts. Why show me this? I manage to ask, voice barely a breath. Because you deserve to know the truth. He leans close, his lips brushing my ear as he whispers. Damon didn't find you by accident. He didn't save you. He hid you. Claimed you. And when you got too close to remembering, he took you back. This can't be. It is. Rafael's fingertips graze the photo, tracing the image of my younger self. He's been keeping you a secret for years. My hands shake so badly I almost drop the picture. Rafael's gaze shifts, darkening. And one more thing, Angel. I brace myself. You and I. His jaw tightens, and for the first time, something vulnerable flashes in his expression. Quick, raw, gone in a second. We weren't just close. Damon hated how close. Then why don't I remember? His eyes harden. Ask Damon. Before I can say anything else, he turns and walks out of the kitchen, leaving me clutching the photo like a live grenade. The house suddenly feels smaller, the air heavier, my memories too thin to trust. The girl in the photo looks like me. But she also looks like a stranger. A stranger Rafael once knew. A stranger Damon once claimed. And suddenly, I'm not sure which part scares me more. The past I can't remember. Or the future these men are forcing me into. Chapter 3. Damon doesn't warn me. He never does. He simply enters my room with the calmness of a man who thinks he owns every inch of oxygen I breathe. His shadow falls over my bed first. Then his body follows, tall and perfectly still. I'm still gripping the photograph Rafael gave me last night, still memorizing the face of the girl who looks like me. But Damon doesn't notice the picture, or maybe he does and pretends he doesn't. That's the thing about Damon Blackwood. Nothing escapes him. Nothing. We're having a session, he says. A session. I echo, resisting the instinct to hide the photo behind me like a guilty child. With Dr. Celestine Marrow. Something in his tone makes my stomach clench. A psychologist. A specialist, he corrects softly. In memory architecture. Freeze. The air seems to fold in on itself. Damon watches me, expression unreadable. You need clarity. And you decide that for me. The words slip out before I can stop them. His jaw tightens. Yes. Course he does. Damon doesn't request. He decides. He commands. He occupies. But the tremor in my hands. Yeah, he sees that too. He steps closer, placing a hand under my chin, lifting my face the exact way someone might examine a fragile artifact. You're unraveling, he murmurs. I won't let that happen. Sounds protective, but it feels like a threat. Before I can respond, a woman steps into the room. And just like that, the atmosphere changes. She's tall, elegant, with steel gray hair twisted into a knot and eyes so sharp they look like they could peel the truth right off my skin. Her presence doesn't just fill the room. It rearranges it. Celestine, Damon says, nodding once. She gives him a polite smile that never reaches her eyes. Leave us. He hesitates. Damon Blackwood actually hesitates, but after a beat he steps back. I'll be right outside. His voice is calm, but I can feel the storm he's holding back. He hates this. Whatever is about to happen. He hates not controlling it. When the door closes behind him, Celestine turns toward me with the slow, deliberate grace of someone who enjoys being feared. You must be Arya, she says, her voice melodic and unsettling. I've been rather eager to meet you. Swallow. Damon said you're a psychologist. She laughs softly. Oh, darling, no. Psychologists treat minds. She lowers herself onto the edge of the bed in one sinuous movement. I dismantle them, rebuild them, rearrange them. My heart thuds. Shall we begin? She asks. I didn't say yes. She tilts her head. You didn't say no. Her smile widens, and suddenly I feel like she's reading the temperature of my soul. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a small silver pendant attached to a chain. It gleams softly under the light. Focus on the center, she murmurs. I want to resist. I want to stay awake, stay present, stay in control. But something in her voice wraps around me like silk, and before I know it, my eyes are following the gentle sway of the pendant. Breathe in, she whispers. My chest rises. Breathe out. My world blurs. Her voice weaves through my consciousness like a thread pulling loose a seam. Tell me what you see. Darkness. Then flashes. A boy's silhouette. A hallway. Cold tile under my bare feet. A scream, high, sharp, splitting the night. My own. Go deeper, Celestine murmurs, and the pendant swings again, pulling me into memory like a riptide. Suddenly I'm small again. Younger. Running. Someone is chasing me, someone bigger, faster. I skid around a corner and slam into a boy with ink-dark hair and eyes full of fire. Rafael. Younger but unmistakable. He grabs my shoulders. "Hide!" he whispers urgently. Then another figure appears. Taller, broader, shadowed. Damon. His face younger but just as terrifying. "Give her to me," he growls. "No." That one word from Rafael echoes in the darkness. Then blood. So much blood. A splatter across my hands. Screaming. My heartbeat thunders like it's trying to break out of my chest. A rough hand yanks me away, and the world twists, fractures. I gasp and jerk upright with a cry. The room snaps back into focus. Celestine is watching me with the calm, pleased expression of someone who just solved a difficult puzzle. What was that?" I choke out, chest heaving. "What happened?" "Memory," she says simply. "A real one." My skin crawls. That wasn't Damon hurting me, was it?" She folds her hands neatly in her lap. "I told you. I don't give answers. I give openings." "That's not enough." "Of course it isn't." Her eyes shine with something dangerously close to excitement. "That's why you'll need more sessions." I shake my head. "No. I don't want this." "You want the truth," she corrects gently. "And truth requires excavation." Feel cold all over. "Damon brought you here. Why? If he's hiding something, why risk my memories returning?" "Because Damon is desperate." She smiles slowly. "Desperation makes even powerful men reckless." My pulse stutters. "Reckless for what?" "For you." Her gaze sharpens. "You think he brought me to unlock your past? Well, he brought me to stabilize you. Your memories are coming back on their own. Cracking through the barriers. He's terrified of what you'll remember without guidance." I stare at her, heart pounding so fast it hurts. "What barriers?" I whisper. "Who put them there?" Celestine's expression softens in a way that's somehow scarier than her sharpness. She reaches out and touches my cheek with a surprisingly gentle hand. "You did not forget by accident," she says quietly. "Someone made you forget." "Who?" My voice trembles. Her fingers slide away as she stands. "That," she says, smoothing her coat, "is the piece I'm not allowed to tell you." Feel my stomach drop. Not allowed. By who? She steps toward the door, pauses, and looks back at me with an expression that makes my blood turn to ice. "You were dangerous before you forgot," she whispers. "So dangerous that someone decided erasing you was easier than controlling you." The room tilts. I grip the bedsheets, nails digging into the fabric. Celestine opens the door. Damon is standing right outside, jaw clenched, eyes burning. "How did it go?" he asks her, voice quiet and lethal. She smiles at him like she loves provoking him. "Splendid." She remembers, fragments. Damon's gaze snaps to me. Intense. Possessive. Afraid. Afraid of me. Celestine turns to leave but pauses beside him. "She'll need more sessions. If you want her stable." Stable. As if I'm a bomb ticking too loudly. When she walks away, Damon steps into the room and closes the door behind him. The lock clicks. My breath catches. "Aria," he says, voice low, "tell me exactly what she showed you." But I don't answer. Because for the first time since I woke up in this mansion, I'm terrified of the truth. And even more terrified of Damon. Chapter 5. Damon has been watching me ever since Celestine left. Not overtly. Not like a guard. No. He watches me the way one watches a storm cloud forming, waiting to see if it will rain, or destroy the entire sky. He's tense, quieter than usual. Calculating. I haven't told him what I remembered, because I'm not even sure what I saw was real. Rafael. Damon. Blood. Screaming. A warning to hide. Makes no sense. We don't speak about it. Damon doesn't push. But I feel the question sitting in the space between us like a lit fuse. And then she arrives. It happens just before dinner. A blur of shouting from the foyer, the sound of heels slamming against marble. And then a woman bursts through the doors like a storm in human form. Blonde hair tangled, mascara smeared. Hands protectively wrapped around her stomach as if shielding something fragile. Damon stiffens beside me. "You," she hisses at him. "You bastard." I blink, confused. Damon says nothing. His face is unreadable. Too unreadable. That scares me more than her sudden appearance. "Damon," she snaps, stepping closer. "Tell me you didn't send men after me. Tell me you didn't try to have me killed. What are you talking about?" I whisper. She turns toward me with wild eyes. "You must be the new wife." She spits the word like acid. "Does he tell you anything? Did he tell you I'm carrying his child?" My throat dries. Damon speaks at last, voice low, controlled, dangerous. "Vivian, you shouldn't be here." "That's not an answer," she snaps, trembling. "Tell her why I'm here." I feel my pulse pounding. "Damon." He doesn't look at me. "Vivian is someone I knew." "Knew?" She laughs bitterly. "You loved me. You told me you did. Until she came along." She points at me with a shaking hand, and something cold trickles down my spine. "She's the reason you want me gone. She's the reason you sent men after me." Damon clenches his jaw. "I didn't send anyone." Vivian's eyes fill with tears. Real ones. "He's lying," she whispers. "Damon Blackwood always lies." I open my mouth, but the sound that comes out doesn't feel like mine. "You're pregnant." She nods once. 12 weeks. My stomach twists. Damon closes the distance between them in 2 strides. Not violently, but with the unmistakable presence of a man who's about to lose control. "Vivian," he murmurs. "This is not the place." "There is no safe place, Damon," she shouts. "Not when you're trying to erase me." Her voice cracks. She flinches backward, hands tightening over her stomach as if she expects him to strike her. Damon's expression flickers with something. Guilt? Pain. It's gone too quickly to read. "Aria," he says, looking at me for the first time. "Go upstairs." "No," Vivian whispers. She needs to hear this. Because whatever you told her, whatever lies you fed her, isn't the truth. She steps closer to me, desperate. "Damon destroys every woman who gets too close. Enough." Damon's voice cracks like a whip. Vivian flinches and falls silent. The tension stretches, suffocating. Damon signals to his guards. "Escort her to a guest room." She stays for the night. Vivian recoils. "You're locking me in." "It's protection," he mutters. She laughs, a hollow, terrified sound. "You think I'm safer here." But she doesn't fight. She lets the guards lead her away. Damon doesn't follow. He waits until she's gone, then drags a hand through his hair. "Damon," I whisper. "Is she telling the truth? About the pregnancy?" His voice is flat. "Yes. And the part where you loved her." He hesitates. A shadow crosses his eyes. "It wasn't love." "So what was it?" "A mistake," he says, and somehow that hurts more than anything else he could have said. That night is heavy. Every sound feels amplified. My thoughts won't settle. I can't sleep, so I pace my room until exhaustion starts to numb me. I finally lie down. And that's when the screaming starts. A woman's scream. Terrified. "Vivian." I bolt upright, sprint into the hallway. Damon is already there, running. Guards flood toward the guest wing. The door to Vivian's room is half open, hanging crooked on its hinge. Damon grabs my arm before I can enter. "Aria." "I need to see," I choke out. He doesn't stop me. Vivian lies sprawled on the floor, eyes wide open, unmoving. Blood seeps out from beneath her head like a halo turned rotten. Her hands are still curved as if holding her stomach. I clap a hand over my mouth to smother the scream rising inside me. Who did this? Damon growls at his guards. Who was on duty? Sir, the cameras caught someone entering her room, a guard stammers. Show me, Damon snaps. We hurry to the security room. My legs feel weak but I follow anyway. The guard rewinds the footage. And then I see it. A figure approaching Vivian's door. Hooded. Walking calmly. Purposefully. Angle shifts. And my face appears on the screen. I stagger back. That's not me. I wasn't there. Damon's jaw clenches so hard I hear his teeth grind. Aria, he says carefully. You need to tell me the truth. I am telling you the truth. My voice cracks. I don't remember going there. Damon, I didn't kill her. I didn't. He studies the screen again. His eyes darken with something I've never seen before. Not anger. Not suspicion. Fear. Fear of me. My hands shake. Damon, please. Believe me. He steps toward me slowly, like he's approaching something fragile or volatile. For a moment, I think he's going to accuse me. But instead, he grabs the USB with the footage and crushes it in his fist before the guard can react. Metal bends. Plastic snaps. He turns to the guards, voice cold enough to freeze bone. No one saw this footage. No one speaks of it. It never existed. The guards nod, terrified. He steps close to me, fingertips brushing my cheek. Aria, he murmurs. You're not a killer. His words should comfort me. I don't. Because when he looks at me, I see something new in his eyes. Not just fear. Recognition. Like he's seen this side of me before. Long before I lost my memories. And he's terrified it's coming back. Chapter 6. I don't sleep after Vivian's death. Can't. Every time I close my eyes, I see her lying there. Blood fanning out beneath her like a twisted halo. But worse than the image of her dead body is the image of me entering her room on camera. My face. My walk. My presence. But no memory. Damon burned the evidence, but the evidence is still alive inside me. Gnawing, whispering, asking questions I'm too afraid to answer. Damon has been watching me more closely now. Softer, in a way that doesn't comfort me at all because it feels like a man carefully handling a grenade. But tonight, for the first time since I woke up here, Damon leaves the mansion. A business emergency, they said. Rafael stands by the doorway as Damon exits, and for a second, Damon pauses, giving his younger brother a look I can't decipher. A warning. A threat. A silent command. When the door shuts, the entire mansion feels like it exhales. That's when I decide. If Damon is hiding something, I will find it before he comes back. The house is quieter than I've ever heard it. Even the guards seem distracted. I slip past them like a shadow and head toward the east wing, the one Damon never allows me near. Rafael once said, "There are rooms in this house built only for lies." Tonight I find one of them. At the end of the corridor, behind a tall antique cabinet, something catches my eye. Scratch marks on the floor. As if the cabinet has been moved. Recently. My pulse spikes. Push gently. The cabinet slides an inch. Just enough to reveal a narrow door. Unlock. My fingers tremble as I push it open. Cold air rushes out. A staircase leads down into darkness. Every instinct tells me to turn back. But something stronger, something louder, pulls me forward. I descend. One step. Then another. The air gets colder. Denser. Almost metallic. At the bottom, a faint light glows under a half-closed door. Push it open. And freeze. The room is filled, drenched, with photographs. Hundreds. Thousands of them. Covering every wall like a shrine, an obsession. a madness captured in glossy frames. Photos of me. Every age. Every year. Some I recognize. My high school uniform, my old bedroom mirror selfie, a blurry shot from Lila's 18th birthday. I don't recognize at all. Pictures of me sleeping. Pictures of me walking into stores I don't remember being in. Pictures from years ago, from different cities. Different times when I had no connection to Damon Blackwood. I step closer to one. A 17-year-old girl stares back at me. Hair tied in a ponytail, wearing a faded red hoodie I used to love. I'm standing outside my old school, smiling at something off camera. My heart stutters, because standing in the blurred background, half hidden behind a tree, is Damon. Younger, less polished, but definitely him. Watching me. Watching 17-year-old me. My legs nearly give out. I grab the edge of the desk to steady myself. The surface is cluttered with folders. My name written on everyone. Medical records. Psychological assessments. Copies of journal entries I don't remember writing. Then something catches my eye. A file labeled Aria Winters. Incident report. 17. My hand shakes as I reach for it. Before I can open it, a voice speaks from behind me. You shouldn't be here. I spin around so fast I nearly fall. Rafael stands in the doorway, his face shadowed, eyes dark. But it's not anger that I see. It's pity. My voice cracks. What is this room, Rafael? He steps inside, closing the door behind him. The part of Damon he never wanted you to see. When did he start watching me? Rafael exhales, rubbing his jaw. Years ago. How many years? All of them. A shiver rips through me. Why? My voice breaks. Why me? Rafael's eyes soften. Because you were special to him. Something he couldn't let go of. That's not love, I whisper. That's obsession. He nods. I know. My throat tightens. Rafael, I saw pictures of us. Together. When we were younger. Why don't I remember you? He hesitates. For the first time, Rafael looks afraid to speak. That's because you weren't supposed to remember me. What does that mean? He looks at the floor. You and I knew each other. Once. Before everything went wrong. Before what went wrong? Rafael lifts his eyes to mine. Before Damon got to you first. The room seems to tilt. My heart hammers so hard I feel it in my throat. Rafael, what are you saying? He walks to the wall, touches one of the photos. One with a younger me eating ice cream at a carnival. Damon stands in the background again, watching. You were 17. Rafael says quietly. And you and I were close. Too close. Damon didn't like that. What did he do? My voice is barely a whisper. He separated us, Rafael says. He pulled you away from me. From everyone. And then what? Choke out. Rafael's jaw clenches. Then your memories were taken. My knees weaken. Taken by who? He opens his mouth to answer. Footsteps thunder down the stairs. Rafael's eyes widen. He's back. My breath stops. Damon. The door swings open so violently it slams into the wall. Damon stands there, breathing hard, eyes like a storm about to consume everything. His gaze locks onto the photos. Then onto me. Aria. His voice is low. Dangerous. Wounded. What are you doing in here? My blood turns to ice. What is this room? I whisper. Why do you have photos of me from when I was a teenager? Before we met. Why were you there? He doesn't blink. Doesn't breathe. Answer me, I demand. But Damon doesn't look at me. He looks at Rafael. And the room fills with a tension that's almost lethal. Get out, Damon says to him. Not shouting, just a quiet command dripping with violence. Rafael steps closer to me instead. Damon, she deserves the truth. Get out. No. Rafael snaps, and the word seems to shock even him. You don't get to keep lying to her. Damon takes a slow step forward, the temperature in the room dropping with every inch he covers. Aria, he murmurs, eyes locked on mine. Come here. No, I say, tears burning in my eyes. Not until you tell me the truth. His expression fractures. 1 second fury, the next heartbreak. I've known you longer than you know, he says quietly. Longer than you were ever supposed to remember. A tear slips down my cheek. Why were you watching me? Because I had to, he says. Because I couldn't lose you again. My voice shakes. Again. Rafael cuts in sharply. Because he took you from me. Damon snaps. Be quiet. No, Rafael spits. She needs to know who you really are. Rafael, Damon growls. If you say one more word. What? Rafael steps in front of me. You'll kill me too. Silence. Dead, suffocating silence. Then Damon whispers something that freezes me to the core. Everything I did to protect her. Rafael laughs bitterly. Keep telling yourself that. Damon turns back to me, stepping close enough that I feel his breath. Aria, he says softly, you don't know what you were before. I was innocent, I whisper. No, Damon breathes. You were dangerous. My heart stops. And someone, he continues softly, is trying to make you dangerous again. I step back trembling. Who? I whisper. Both brothers answer at the same time. Damon. Rafael. Rafael. Damon. And I realize I'm standing between two men who both claim they're protecting me, and both might be lying. Chapter 7. I didn't know how long I had been out. My eyes snapped open, the world slamming back into focus like a violent tide, and I realized immediately I was in Celestine's office. Or what I had assumed was her office. It was dark, the only light coming from a single lamp that cast twisted shadows across the walls. The room smelled faintly of antiseptic and something sharper, metallic like iron. My head throbbed. My heart slammed against my ribs. Something felt wrong. Pendant. The swinging silver pendant was no longer in her hand. And the chair I remembered sitting in was now empty. But Celestine. She was there, smiling that same unnerving, almost cruel smile. You're awake, she said softly. Good. You're ready. Ready for what? My voice was hoarse. My hands shook as I tried to push myself upright. To see what you've buried, she said, stepping closer. To see what really happened. Shiver. I want to scream, to run, to leave, but something about her presence roots me to the spot. Aria, you must understand, she continues, her tone hypnotic, wrapping around me like a suffocating silk ribbon. Memory is not linear. It's a labyrinth, and some paths are dangerous. But you're ready to see them. I want to resist. My instincts scream to flee. But before I can move, she taps the back of my head with a pendant. Softly. Just once. And then it begins. A corridor drenched in sunlight. Laughing voice. My own younger. Boy I barely recognize. He's screaming, painful, desperate. Blood. So much blood. The smell hits me first. Iron copper heat. I stumble in the vision, my 14-year-old hands clutching something. Someone. I scream. Shoo! Celestine whispers, her hand ghosting over my shoulder. You need to see. See it now. A girl. She's small, defenseless. She's crying. And I, 14-year-old me, push her down. Can't breathe. I try to look away. Shadow looms. One of the Blackwood brothers appears. He's older, taller, darker than me. One hand reaches out to steady me. One hand, helping me cover it. I choke on the memory. My stomach twists. I wasn't a victim. I had been complicit. Which one? I whisper. The words taste like acid. Celestine tilts her head, her smile widening. That's for you to discover, Arya. Some truths are a puzzle, and puzzles require courage to solve. The room tilts. Darkness. Flash. Then I'm back. My own body. My own time. My own apartment, no mansion. My head pounding, my chest burning with panic and rage. And the first sound I hear is the shattering crash of glass. I stumble into the hallway and see them. Damon and Rafael, locked in a battle so violent it makes the hairs on my arms stand on end. Damon's fist connects with Rafael's jaw. Rafael retaliates with a sharp elbow to Damon's ribs. Their voices, low, dangerous, furious, echo through the mansion. Stop lying to her, Rafael roars. She deserves the truth. I am telling her the truth. Damon shouts, grabbing Rafael by the collar and slamming him into the wall. The fight is not just physical. It's a war of wills, a battle for my sanity, my loyalty, my soul. I fall to my knees. Stop. Both of you, stop. Neither listens. Blood streaks Rafael's temple. Damon's knuckles are raw, skin split. They are beautiful and terrible. Two predators who have hunted me in different ways, now tearing each other apart. I stagger forward, desperation burning in my chest. Damon. Rafael. Please. They pause just for a heartbeat and I see it, fear. Fear in Damon's eyes. Not for himself. For me. Fear in Rafael's eyes. Not for himself. For me. And then they explode again. You think she doesn't see what you are. Rafael spits at Damon. You protect her. You control her. You hide her. You're a murderer. I am keeping her alive. Damon shouts back. You think you know her. You think you're helping. You're just teaching her how to hate. My head spins. My memories, fragmented, bloodied, chaotic, slam against me. 14-year-old me, the girl I shoved, the blood, the shadowed hand helping me cover it. Which brother was there? Which one? The fight becomes a blur. Tears fly. Lamps crash. The chandelier shakes overhead. I scream, my voice raw and desperate. Stop. I can't. I can't. They both freeze at the sound of my voice, breathing heavy, sweat and blood mixing in the harsh light. You don't understand, Damon growls, one hand trembling, the other still gripping Rafael's shirt. You don't know what she saw, what she remembers, what she is. What she is. I whisper. Rafael, chest heaving, steps back slightly. She's dangerous. You know that. She always was. You helped her cover a murder when she was 14, Damon. And now you're terrified she'll remember everything. My stomach drops. My knees buckle. You. I begin, but the words catch in my throat. Damon stumbles toward me, blood streaking his hands, fury in his eyes. Don't say another word. Don't you dare. I need to know. Cry. Which one of you was there? Who helped me cover it? Silence. Both brothers look away. My hands shake, clawing at my hair. The world narrows down to the single truth. I was not innocent. I was never innocent. And someone I trusted, someone I called family, helped me. You're both lying, I whisper, my voice trembling but growing harder with each word. Both of you are lying, and I don't know who to trust anymore. Damon's lips press into a thin line. Rafael's jaw tightens. I can see the war in their eyes, the tug of war over me. Over my past, my present, my future. You, I point at Damon. And you, I point at Rafael. Stop fighting like this. I am not the prize. I am not your battlefield. They both pause, breathing hard, bloody, angry. Their eyes meet mine, and for the first time I see the truth. They fear me. Not just because I remember fragments, not just because I am dangerous, but because I might finally see everything. And I realize then, with a sick twist in my stomach, that nothing is going to be simple anymore. The night has broken something inside me, but it has also awakened something. A determination to uncover the truth. No matter who it hurts. No matter who dies. No matter which brother I lose, or which one I need. I will know the whole story. And the Blackwood brothers will either protect me, or destroy themselves trying. Chapter 8. I shouldn't have followed the message. The phone had vibrated insistently, buzzing with an anonymous text that made my blood run cold. She's alive. Below the Blackwood estate. Hurry. My first thought was a trap, a cruel joke. But my second thought, my only thought worth listening to, was Lila. My sister. My responsibility. I move through the mansion like a ghost, every footstep careful, quiet, trying not to alert Damon or Rafael. The hallways feel longer tonight, the air heavier, as if the house itself knows what I'm about to do. I clutched the phone tighter, rereading the words. Look beneath the library. Time is short. The library. I reach the massive double doors and press my ear against the wood. Silence. Except for the low hum of the chandeliers overhead, the occasional creak of the mansion settling. My pulse drags against my ribs, but I push the fear down. Lila is alive. Alive. That thought is a hammer driving me forward. I search quickly, scanning every book, every panel, every false edge. My fingers trace the spines, the carvings on the wall, until my hands find a small latch hidden behind a shelf. A faint click, almost inaudible, but enough to make me hold my breath. The shelf swings outward to reveal a narrow staircase descending into darkness. My stomach knots. 1,000 warnings scream at me to stop, but I descend anyway. 1 step. 2 steps. My bare feet cold against the stone. The darkness is almost complete, but a faint glow leaks from the bottom. And then I see her. Lila. She's tied to a chair in the center of a small chamber, bruised, battered, but breathing. Her hair is matted, her clothes torn. She looks up at me, and even in the dim light, I can see the spark in her eyes, the spark that says she hasn't given up. Aria, she whispers, voice hoarse. Relief washes over me, nearly knocking me to my knees. You came. I will always come for you, I say, rushing forward. Hold on, Lila. I'll get you out of here. But then I notice the other presence in the room. Silent. Who come? Celestine. She steps out from the shadows, hands folded in front of her, a smile playing across her lips. Hello, Aria, she says, her voice silk over steel. I see you found her. Celestine. My voice sharpens. Why are you here? She tilts her head, eyes glittering. I'm always here. Watching. Guiding. Revealing. I don't like the sound of that. Not one bit. Before I can process more, the chamber doors explode open. Damon and Rafael storm in simultaneously. Guns drawn. Both of them, eyes locked on each other. Their fury is palpable, their distrust lethal. Stay back. Damon barks, voice low, warning deadly. You, Rafael spits. Step away from her. I raise my hands. Both of you. Up. Lila is here, she's alive. The brothers freeze just long enough to glance at Lila. Then their eyes snap back to each other. Guns still drawn, tension thick enough to choke on. Celestine steps between them with unnerving composure. Gentlemen, she says softly. Do you really think she's going to wait for you to kill each other? What do you want, Celestine? I demand, my voice shaking, fingers flexing against the knots in Lila's restraints. Why is she here? She gestures to Lila. She's alive because someone wanted to ensure you would accept your little contract. Freeze. The blood drains from my face. What are you saying? Celestine smiles that patient, terrifying smile. One of your protectors, one of the Blackwood brothers, took her. To manipulate you. To ensure you'd sign to make you compliant. But don't ask me which one. I won't tell. I stagger back horrified. My throat tightens. My hands go to my face. My mind races. One of them. Damon or Rafael. Both of them have spent years guarding me, controlling me, obsessing over me. And one of them did this to my sister. I look at Damon. His eyes are dark, controlled, but I see the flicker of guilt, the sharp edge of fear. His jaw is tight, every muscle in his body coiled like a spring. I look at Rafael. His gaze is hard, piercing, almost unbearably tense. His fists twitch. There's rage there, but is there guilt? Is there truth? My hands shake, body trembling, as I kneel beside Lila. I undo the knots as quickly as I can, ignoring the looming standoff behind me. It's okay. You're safe now, I whisper, pressing my fingers against her bruised wrists, murmuring reassurances that sound empty even as I speak them. Celestine's voice cuts through the room again. You'll never know who did this. Not unless you're willing to destroy everything in the process. What do you mean? Ask, voice breaking. She steps back almost theatrically. I mean that one of them loves you, or at least thinks they do. But love in the Blackwood world is tangled with obsession and control. You will have to choose what to trust. Your heart, your memory, or your instinct. I glance up at the brothers. The guns. The fury. The history between them and me. You're both lying, I whisper. You're both hiding things from me. One of you took her. You used my sister as leverage. Damon steps forward, voice low, menacing. You have no idea what you're saying. Rafael steps closer to me, equally furious. You don't understand. I would never. And then, without warning, they lunge at each other again. Guns cock, fists swing. I scream, throwing myself between them, but the room is chaos. Lila flinches, cowering. I clutch her, pulling her behind me as Celestine watches, unflinching. This, she says softly, is exactly what I meant when I said you'd have to decide. Blood will spill, truths will shatter, and the line between protector and predator will blur. I look at Damon. Rafael. My sister. Celestine. My heart beats so fast it feels like it might break. My mind races, my thoughts splintering. I realize then, my life, my sister, everything I thought I knew about these men. None of it is certain anymore. The only certainty is fear. And the only other certainty is that I need to act. I reach for Lila's hand, gripping it tightly. We're getting out of here, I say, voice trembling but strong. All of us. Celestine's smile deepens. Good luck, she murmurs, stepping back into the shadows. You'll need it. And in that instant I understand. The Blackwood mansion is not just a prison. It's a battlefield. And I have just learned where the enemy hides. Chapter 9. The room is dark. Lila clings to my side, trembling, and the tension between Damon and Rafael is thick enough to strangle us all. Celestine's warning echoes in my mind. Blood will spill. Truths will shatter. The line between protector and predator will blur. I never wanted this line blurred. I wanted clarity. But I think for the first time I know there will never be clarity, not really. Then the screens flicker to life. Every wall of the chamber illuminates with a harsh, cold glow, showing footage I can barely comprehend. My stomach drops. My hands go to my mouth, but I can't stop myself from watching. It's me. 14 years old. Younger, smaller, terrified. The boy in front of me. He's struggling, laughing at first, then screaming. And then I hit him. Hard. His head snaps back. Blood. Everywhere. I fall to my knees, hands shaking. Damon is there. Older than me by a few years, but his presence is massive, overwhelming. He grabs me, holds me tight, whispering something I can't hear. His face is calm, terrified, calculating all at once. He's holding me, shielding me, but not from the act. It's from the consequence. And Rafael is screaming. Screaming like I've never heard him. Not at me, not at the boy, but at Damon. Rage, betrayal, horror all rolled into one. The footage twists, showing the boy's face clearly for the first time. My blood turns cold. It's him. Rafael's best friend. No, I whisper. My knees buckle. Lila's small hand finds mine, squeezing tight. Damon's voice cuts through the room, low and dangerous. Aria! I spin toward him, heart hammering. You knew. You were there. You saw this. Yes, he admits quietly. I couldn't let them, Rafael or anyone, see what happened. Not you. Not your memories. You were a child. I feel bile rise in my throat. You erased my memories. All of it. My life, my guilt, everything. Damon swallows hard. I saved you. From yourself, from them. From the world seeing what happened. Rafael's voice is raw, unfiltered, cutting through the tension. Saved her. You destroyed her. You turned her into something she doesn't even recognize. And for what? To hide the truth. To protect yourself. I look at him, my heart breaking. Rafael. He glares at Damon. You protected her by destroying her. And now she's alive and remembering, and you're terrified she'll hate you. I stumble back, mind spinning. The images on the walls blur. The boy's blood. The screaming. Damon holding me. Whispering promises I can't remember. Rafael's rage. My guilt. My terror. Everything I thought I understood about these men, my life, the contract, the mansion, is shattered. Which one of you is lying? I scream, the sound echoing off the walls. Which one of you is telling the truth? Both brothers freeze, guns in hand, fists clenched, faces tight with tension. Neither speaks. I feel the weight of everything, the murders, the kidnappings, the obsession, the lies, pressing down on me. I was a killer, I whisper. The words barely leave my lips before tears sting my eyes. I killed him 14 years ago. And you, I point at Damon, voice shaking. You erased it from my mind. Yes, Damon admits, his voice calm, but there's a tremor underneath. Because if you remembered, if you felt that guilt, you wouldn't survive this life. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't let you break. Rafael laughs bitterly, sharp and painful. You think erasing her memories protects her? You think hiding the truth makes her innocent? You don't get it, Damon. She remembers now. And she will see everything. And you. He glares at Damon, blood and fury mixing in his stare. You will pay for controlling her life like this. I feel my heart constrict. Lila's small hand is still holding mine, her fingers trembling. I glance at her, then back at the brothers, my mind racing. The truth is clear in one sense. I was a killer, even if a child. The boy is dead. The world is scarred. And these two men, these two versions of my life, are standing here like gods and monsters all at once. Stop! I scream, voice raw and ragged. I can't choose between you. One of you protected me. One of you wants revenge. One of you erased my past. One of you was there when I became a murderer. I choke on the words. I want to scream, to cry, to run. But the footage on the walls presses in on me. The boy's face. Rafael's voice. Damon's hands holding me. The memory I never wanted to see but now cannot unsee. You have to decide, Aria, Celestine says softly from the corner, her voice cutting through the chaos. Whom will you trust? The man who erased your past? Or the man who wants revenge for what he lost? I look at Damon. His eyes, dark and stormy, flicker with pain, guilt, fear, and something I can't name. He was there. He held me. He shielded me. He saved me. But at the cost of my memory, my autonomy, my innocence. I look at Rafael. His hands shake slightly. His voice trembles with fury, grief, and betrayal. He screams at Damon because he lost someone too. His friend, his trust, his faith in the man who has obsessed over me for years. The room feels like it's closing in. Lila's grip on my hand is the only tether to anything real. I feel the weight of 14 years pressing down on me. The secret, the murder, the betrayal, the obsession. And I realize something terrifying. There is no innocent. Not in this room. Not in this house. Not in my life. I take a deep breath, trembling. I will trust myself. Both brothers freeze. Damon's brow furrows. Rafael's jaw tightens. Celestine tilts her head, intrigued. I will trust myself to see the truth. I continue, voice stronger now, though my hands shake. I will not let either of you decide for me. You can both fight, you can both rage, but I will not be your prize. I will not be the weapon in your war. I need to know the truth for myself. Damon's gaze sharpens, dark, dangerous, but something in it softens briefly. A recognition, a warning, maybe a surrender. Rafael's hands clench, but he doesn't move, just stares, as if calculating whether my defiance is a threat or a liberation. The room holds its breath. And in that silence, I feel the fragile spark of power I have carried through every lie, every manipulation, every memory erased, every fear endured. Maria. I am the girl who survived her past. I am the girl who killed and lived. I am the girl who will choose her own path. And I will face whatever comes next with my eyes wide open. The Blackwood brothers may have built this mansion on control and obsession, on secrets and lies, but tonight, I am the one who decides. Chapter 10. The mansion feels different tonight. Heavier. Darker. Like the walls themselves are holding their breath, waiting for something irreversible to happen. I can hear Damon and Rafael moving somewhere behind me, each step measured, tense, echoing through the halls like the drumbeat of a war I never agreed to fight. I clutch Lila's hand. She's awake now, alert but fragile, bruises still raw against her skin. We're leaving, I whisper, but she shakes her head. Her eyes, though scared, mirror my own realization. We can't just run. Not yet. Not when every secret is finally surfacing. Celestine appears from the shadows, her smile wider than ever, almost cruel. Aria. The moment of truth. Are you ready to see who loves, who lies, and who kills for you? I'm done trusting anyone blindly, I tell her, voice steady despite the storm in my chest. I'll decide. I always decide. The screens around the room flicker to life again, showing footage I never wanted to see, but need to see. The 14-year-old me, the murdered boy, Damon holding me, Rafael screaming, and more. Memories intertwined with new truths. Lila's kidnapping, Damon's obsession, Rafael's vengeance. I feel my stomach knot so tight I can barely breathe. Footsteps thunder on the stairs. Both brothers arrive at the same time, guns drawn, eyes like predators circling the last prey. But this time something is different. There's no hesitation, no fear for each other. They're both fully aware that tonight, the battle is not just for me. It's for the truth. Damon steps forward first. Aria, he says, voice low, dangerous, aching. You don't understand. Everything I've done, every step I've taken. It was to protect you. Rafael cuts in sharply. Protect her? By destroying her life. By manipulating her mind. You lied to her for years, Damon. And now she remembers everything. I step between them, heart pounding, trembling with the weight of all the revelations. Stop. Both of you. Enough. They hesitate, just for a fraction, but the tension snaps immediately afterward. Damon lunges. Rafael counters. Fists and rage collide. Guns drawn but forgotten in the heat of raw, violent emotion. And I realize, I cannot stand still. Not when the truth is finally mine to claim. I take a step forward. Damon. Rafael. Listen to me. Both freeze mid-motion, breathing heavy, sweat and blood mixing. The 14-year-old me. I killed him. I say, voice shaking but strong. Accident or not, it happened. Damon was there. Rafael screamed. And you both of you have been manipulating, hiding, controlling me ever since. But I am done being manipulated. Done being protected like I'm fragile. Done being blamed like I'm powerless. Silence falls. Even Celestine's smug smile falters for a fraction of a second. I've made my choice, I continue. And my choice is myself. I will not let your war define me. I will not let this mansion, your obsessions, or your lies define me. Rafael suddenly shoves Damon into the wall, gun raised. You think erasing her memories protected her? You think controlling her kept her safe? You're a coward, Damon. A murderer hiding behind love. Damon's voice is a growl, low, feral. You think she would be alive today if I hadn't acted? Do you even remember what you would have done if she remembered everything? The truth hits me like a fist. One of them, Damon, erased my memories to save me from the guilt that would have destroyed me. And Rafael. He wanted revenge for the loss of his friend, my victim, and the manipulation of the person he once loved. I shake my head, tears blurring my vision. Enough. Both of you. Stop fighting. Right now. I pause. Guns lowered, fists still trembling. I step closer to Damon first. You erased my memories. You held me, you protected me, but you also stole my life. I don't know if I can forgive you. He swallows, his hand twitching as if he wants to reach for me, but knows he can't. I turn to Rafael. You wanted revenge. You shouted, you threatened, you tried to control me your way. But I see now. You only wanted what I deserved, the truth. Rafael's chest heaves. His jaw clenches. You understand. I nod. I understand that both of you are broken, obsessed, dangerous. And I am done choosing between monsters. Choose myself. Choose Lila. And I choose to leave this behind. The room shakes with tension. Celestine steps forward. And what of me, Arya? The keeper of secrets, the manipulator, the chaos. I glare at her. You will not manipulate me again. I grab Lila's hand firmly. We're leaving. Now. Damon swallows hard. His eyes darken, but he steps aside. You're walking away from me. Yes, I whisper, voice resolute. I'm walking away from all of this. You, this mansion, the obsession, the lies. I forgive neither of you, not yet. I just leave. Rafael's hands tremble. His lips part. He wants to say something, an apology, a plea, a warning, but I don't wait for it. I turn, pulling Lila behind me, heading up the staircase. The mansion is silent now, as if it knows its hold on me is ending. The front doors are open. Damon left them unlocked, perhaps unconsciously giving me permission. The night air is cold against my skin, sharp, cleansing. Lila clings to me, silent but alive. And I finally exhale. I glance back once. Damon and Rafael are in the doorway. Shadows against the dim interior. Two men I once trusted, feared, loved, hated. Two men whose obsessions nearly destroyed everything. Two men I will never forget. But I am free. I walk into the night with Lila. Free from the mansion. Free from the Blackwood obsession. Free from the chains of secrets and lies that bound me for 14 years. The road ahead is uncertain, dangerous even, but for the first time it belongs to me. The Blackwood brothers will fight. They always fight. But their war will not be mine. Not anymore. I squeeze Lila's hand, whispering, "We're safe now. We're going home." And in that moment, the darkness that has haunted me since I was 14 begins to lift, replaced by the first glimmer of hope I've ever known. I survived. I endured. And I chose myself. And that, finally, that is the truth.